Hello there, Libra. Johnny Alchemy here. Thank you so much again for joining me on my channel. We will be doing your end of December tarot card reading, so let's jump right in. Nice. And just as a reminder, this is going to be a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, all that good stuff. And understand all these messages from the universe, all these insights are made to increase your awareness, so that you can make the best decisions possible in whatever you're going through to manifest whatever it is you want in your life. So let's move on. So let's talk about your distant, long-term past, all of that stuff. So let's go long-term past. Anytime a major arcana comes, I think long-term. So we got the Judgment card here. I have a feeling in the past, maybe there was something where the universe was really calling for you to do something. This is talking about a call from the universe, as you can see with this angel blowing that trumpet. Calling you to be your most authentic self, to make a decision that was based in that. And so as we move forward, I feel like for some of you, some of you really did answer that call in a certain sense, because we move forward to the Eight of Wands right here. Talking about making fast action, putting a lot of focus and energy toward a certain goal. So here I kind of see where, maybe some of you, when you had that certain urge or call of action, you really put your energy forward and then you started to really make things happen. You may have come across maybe some difficulties. We got the Seven of Cups right here. Maybe you had a lot of choices to be made there as well. Apparently, with the cups, it was a very emotionally charged decision to do so. Of course, when you're dealing with something like the Judgment card, a major arcana card, of course, it's going to hit deep in your soul, if that makes sense. So there's something emotionally fulfilling where you had to make some big decisions. We had to really figure something out and kind of really go through the process of elimination, use your wisdom and your knowledge, everything that you've learned to make the correct choice and not fall for fear or illusions or any of that. So in the past, I kind of see you answering this call, but also at the same time, really trying to figure things out at the same time. In your present moment, let's move there. Here, I feel like there's two things. As I said, with that Seven of Cups here, we also have the Queen of Swords in reversed. So here is talking about you may still be trying to find out what that clarity is. Getting a clear sense of mind and what it is that you want, or not even, I don't think it's really what it is that you want for some of you, but maybe how to go about it as well. Something here telling me what's the correct path to choose, how do I go about making this decision happen, what are the steps needed, more information was needed, all of that type of stuff. So here there was an air of cautiousness. I feel like this lands right underneath that Judgment card. So it's saying here, you've answered the call, but still you are trying to figure it out. You're still trying to get all the information needed in order to make this happen. Also, at the same time, though, I have a feeling, because we move from, as I said, this call of action seemed very emotional based. But at the same time, there are certain factors here where it says that you are doing very well in other ways of your life, in other aspects of your life. We got the Sun card here, Major Arcana. Again, in your present moment, you are feeling good, about yourself, about life, about your situations, whatever it may be. But here, the Sun card, again, for some of you, I have a feeling that, you really are on your way to answering this call. And for some of you, maybe you actually have answered this call, this being another major arcana, being the Sun. And again, with the same symbology of the naked baby. Same here, as you see with the Judgment card, with the naked people coming out from the grave. Being renewed, being reborn, being more authentic to your most pure, down-to-earth core self, if that makes sense. Also, we also have the King of Pentacles as well. This lands right in the center of your spread. So it could be telling me that, in terms of your physical life, health, wealth, abundance, job and career, business, whatever it is, anything on this physical realm you're doing very well in. I have a feeling for you, especially being right next to that Sun card, it's showing a place of power, a place of stability and abundance, where you really are in control of your finances, maybe your finances and your wealth. Maybe you're doing very well in your job. Maybe you've gotten promotion lately, something like that. But here it's telling me, in the physical realm, you're doing well. And a lot of the things that you want to manifest, maybe from that call, you've manifested in the physical realm. But I feel like there's still something more there that is missing. With that Seven of Cups, maybe it's not even just a single choice that had to be made, but maybe there are multiple things that you wanted. So I have a feeling here, maybe in the physical realm, in terms of, as I said, with job, wealth and health, you're doing very well in. In the mental aspect, trying to figure something else out that is more, hits deeper. You know, I feel like there's some type of undercurrent, you know, where there is something emotional there that still needs to be fulfilled. There's still something there that you may be seeking from that. I'm not sure whether it's love. Maybe that's not what it is for some of you. But as you saw in that Seven of Cups, there's a lot of things to choose from. You have a lot of options. So as we move on to the future, talking about future and outcomes, here it's crazy because we see right underneath that the Queen of Swords right there, we got the King of Cups here reversed. So here it's telling me, you know, you are the king of your finances and your physical realm completely. I can see that. Here on the emotional realm, there's something here that says emotions are still a little unstable. There's something here in terms of a deep wanting that I feel like that is missing. You know, whether that be just either getting more emotional health or stability, whatever that may be, or it's even just an emotional want. As I said, that Seven of Cups, there's a lot of things there to choose from. There's something here where you may not be feeling completely emotionally fulfilled right now. Or maybe that there are certain things that emotionally affect you that are out of your control, that you maybe feel like are just circumstances and that you really have no power over. We also have the Six of Swords here as well. The swords here, you know, this is saying that, you know, you want to make a big change. You know, even though this is a swords card, you know, they pass through choppy waters. You know, that means they're passing through emotion. You know, it's a very emotional decision to go from one shore to the next, to make a transition. It takes an emotional toll, if you will. So here it's saying, you know, you want to kind of move in a different direction. You want to transition from one shore to another, from one way of doing things to another, or one place to another, one or the other. But there's something here that's saying they have to go through that emotional rite of passage, if you will, an emotional barrier, if you will, sometimes. But here it shows that, you know, you may have some trouble making that jump, that leap of faith, making that transition. We also have the Empress right here in reverse. So here it's saying, you know, in terms of like things like pregnancy, things like fertility, motherhood for some of you, kids. Maybe that could be something, if that resonates with some of you, in terms of making a choice. Because, you know, we have a lot of water cards here. The femininity is in reversed as well. You know, we also got right above this card was the Sun card. Again, that child on a horse. You know, there's something here talking about children possibly. Also, but it could just talk about even self-care and abundance in a certain sense. Feeling, you know, connected to self, to nature, to love, to beauty. You know, so for some of you, I have a feeling towards the end, I mean, these in terms of the future and outcomes, all of these are in reverse. And when I see something all in reversed, it's kind of like saying they're not in reverse, if that makes sense. It's a weird thing with me, you know, but it's saying like, you know, you're ready to make this emotional decision. You know, it may be tough, but you're willing to make it. You know, you're very stable where you are right now. You're in a good place with that Sun card as well. You feel joy in life, you know, but that calling with that Judgment card reversed, and it goes diagonal to that Empress card reversed. It's saying that there's something missing here, you know, where it is just, the call is there. You're answering it the best you can, but there's still some emotional barriers to it. I have a feeling here it's just for some of you. I mean, just I keep looking at all the water cards. I mean, like, you know, it could just be, you know, it could be motherhood. It could be, you know, trying to get, you know, trying to talk about having children with your partner or anything like that, you know, or because there's, in terms of self-care, I mean, you got the King of Pentacles and the Sun. I think you're good on self-care. I think it's just wanting something a little more with that, you know. I think there's something with parenthood for some of you. You know, that Queen of Swords, that King of Cups, you know, the King of Pentacles. There's a lot of court cards here saying there are people involved. So there's something here talking about that moving forward, even just for love in general for some of you, if that resonates even more, you know, in terms of making yourself more available for love. You know, making decisions that can help you increase your emotional intelligence, emotional availability, emotional healing. You know, as I said with that Six of Swords right there, crossing choppy waters, finding emotional stability with that King of Cups, etc. So here I see it's a dual thing, you know, in terms of like on the outside world, with your finances and all the physicality, you're doing great, secure. In terms of the mental and emotional, there's still some things that you're trying to regain your power on, regain a certain control over, if that makes sense, because things may seem a little confusing at the time given so many options. So now you're just trying to figure out what is the right way to go about it. What's the right way to make that transition from one shore to another? So let's move on and let's do some clarification cards to see whatever else there may be for in terms of messages. Temperance, love that. Another major arcana. We got 3 of Wands, established strength, yes. And we got 4 of Wands, perfect work. Love that. Okay, so here, Temperance card. Love this because, you know, as I said, you have earth and water. These are the 2 main cards, 2 main elements that you have right now. Temperance card, exact same freaking thing. The angel is standing on the ground and has 1 foot in the water, showing emotional stability, you know, and also groundedness in oneself. So here it's, as I said, it's a dual thing. There's something here saying, you know, you are good on the earthly side, on the physical side. Now you have to transfer how you did that into your emotional realm. In terms of where to invest in your emotional, wherever you need emotionally. What are your biggest barriers? What are your biggest triggers? What are your biggest blockages? And go for that. Find out what that core is and address them the best you can. Because here in that Temperance card, I think you have to mix the 2 together. This card, you know, this angel is mixing 2 different cups and then ultimately creating 1. So here it's asking you to really use what you've learned on this physical sense, which you have mastered as this King of Pentacles right in the center of your reading. That's in the center of everything. That is the key. Just as you know how to do that with your finances or your job or your business, whatever it may be, or your health, as you're able to find that type of happiness, find that same happiness in your emotional realm. I know it's a different beast altogether, but I think that's the 2 cups that are being mixed right now. We also got the 3 of Wands right here. So here it's almost saying, you know, you are in a safe place. You know, you're in a comfort zone. Not that that's a bad thing at all. But here's really asking you to take advantage of that. This 3 of Wands, this person... Oh, wait, no, sorry. 3 of Wands, sorry. I was talking about the 2 of Wands, sorry. 3 of Wands, my bad. 3 of Wands is saying that you are actually have made it to a certain milestone in your life right now. A point where you're able to see how far you've come and also be able to see the future as well, to see a lot of potential and possibilities, giving you many different paths to choose from. So here with this 3 of Wands, it says established strength. This lands right in that center row right here with that King of Pentacles. So here I really feel like the same thing. As much as you have established the strength to be strong in your finances, health, whatever it is, just as I said before, you have to transfer that into the other different aspects of your life, whether it be mental and emotional as well. How can you transfer those same principles, habits, behaviors into creating strength on those different aspects, those planes of yourself as well? Finally, we got the 4 of Wands. I like to see that because we go from 3 of Wands to 4 of Wands, talking about perfect work. So here it's saying, you know, by choosing the correct path, taking advantage of how far you've come to see, you know, to look back and see the lessons, but also see as much potential in the future as well, and choosing the correct path, to putting all the stuff into practice on your physical realm, into your mental and health and emotional health, you're able to create that perfect work. I almost see here, you can see that little triangle on the top up there. It's like a holy trinity. You know, you're talking about the physical, you're talking about the mental, and you're talking about the emotional. Those 3 things can create the pyramid, you know, create a triangle, the most stable structure in terms of geometry. So there, try and use those different aspects, those elements together in order to lean on each other, to create stability, to create structure, if that makes sense. So there, use perfect work, because that is going to be another milestone for you, the finish line to something, maybe the finish line to this calling from the universe, whatever it may be. And it's going to be a time for you to find a certain home, if that makes sense, a completed home. As I said, for some of you, if they're talking about children or family, also talking about, you know, abundance, like it's something to be celebrated as well. The home where you can just find peace, solitude, joy, shared laughter, shared experiences, all that type of stuff. Let's pull out some more cards for clarification, lessons. Ooh, inward. Ooh. Sorry, this is a new deck, so I haven't seen some of these cards yet. Love it. Okay. So here, inward revolution. That's a very interesting one. I love that. So here, as I said, you know, inward revolution, I see this basically, as I said before, In the mental and emotional realm, things could seem a little confusing on how to go about certain ways of completing tasks or goals, or how to make certain things happen. So it really is that introspection. You're talking about inwards, or you're talking about your mind and your emotions. Revolution, talking about something either revolving, where things are spinning, things are churning, or things are evolving into something different, where you have to shake things up a bit, or you have to really, stand up and fight for what you truly believe in, whatever your conviction is, whatever you feel the right path is too. So there's an inward revolution where you just really have to make things very clear, dive deep in your mind and in your heart, and to really understand what is the core behind all of this, what is the core behind this calling, and what is the correct mindset, what is the correct emotional state of being to be in order to make it happen or to maintain that. We also have insight. So here again, I think you really have to use the insight of things that you've learned, things that you already know, you have mastered, as I said with that earth energy, to use the insight of the things that you already know, the things you have already mastered, that you've already conquered, that you know how to do very well, all of those things. And how can you apply them into the places, into the aspects where you may be having trouble in. So using that insight, that's because that insight, not only is it knowledge from experience, but it's also wisdom. Wisdom transcends any type of story. Everyone can have different stories, but the wisdoms behind it can all be the same. That is what connects. That's what connects human experience, our deep wisdoms. So here, use that knowledge to your advantage. Just because you conquer something on the physical realm doesn't mean that it's not applicable anywhere else. You can do the exact same thing there. So use the wisdoms that you learn, not just the knowledge. The knowledge is very, very hard. It's very just like earth energy. It's just very immovable. It can seem very static, very stuck. So it's really just the wisdom that is underlyingly more deep, and there's more depth to it that really connects everything together. Manifestation. This just talks about, really that call. I looked straight to that judgment card. I think it's really just trying to figure out how to manifest whatever this call is in your life. The best way to do it. I think there's still a lot of figuring out in terms of that. But as I said before, it's like using what you know in a different way. So here, that manifestation in terms of making this situation happen, whatever this call is, to make the correct choice, that will give you that emotional fulfillment. Getting the correct mindset, getting the correct emotional state to make that transition, and to choose the right path to make that transition into whatever it is that will make you happy, make you fulfilled, make you whole, So let's pull out one last card. Let's see. Devotion. Love this. As I said, for some of you, if there's family or relationship stuff, devotion to, I don't know. I see you. I don't want to say devotion for yourself, because with that King of Pentacles and Sun, I already think you've proven that to yourself. I have a feeling there's just like more parties involved. There's other people, spouses even, with that Empress, where it just shows you want to, you're devoted to more people. There's certain people that you are devoted to that you want to maybe make this decision with, or make a decision together to make something happen. Again, even that Temperance card, mixing two different cups of love to create a new one, for some of you who are looking for children or anything like that. So here, that devotion, it really is saying, that you're devoted to not only yourself, but, to maybe those around you, where this call maybe it includes them too. This decision, maybe you're devoted to your family in a certain sense, or your loved ones, or your community, or whatever it is, where there are different parties where, you want to make something happen for them, and that is a decision for them, just as much as it is a decision for you. So that's kind of what I see here, Libra, for the end of December. I have a feeling like, you are very set, in terms of yourself. You're very stable. You've reached that sun point, that sun moment with that major arcana. But now it's kind of like you're willing to like help others in a certain sense, make something, to put your efforts into devoting your energies into helping out other people through something, and making a big transition into that. I think it's really just using your skill sets and using your knowledge to do that, to make that happen. And so, yeah, so if this reading did resonate with you, make sure to click that like button, please. And also don't forget to comment. I love hearing what you guys are going through, and also hearing how much this reading resonates or it didn't, or whatever it may be. And also consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, because I would love to keep in touch with you for future tarot card readings. But other than that, that's all I got for you right now. I have more coming up soon, but until then, I will see you later, and thank you again for watching. Goodbye and take care.